Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started.
Well, Wayne Rooney's role today will be crucial. We all know of his qualities as a goal scorer, but a lot's going to be expected from his creativity too. It's very rare for a striker to have such wonderful vision.
Yeah, he's a player whose performances always have an influence on the game one way or another.
Yeah, he's going to have to play the role of distributor, ball carrier and link man, and sometimes even track back. But he can do it all. He has an incredible work rate and an insatiable desire for victory.
Searching pass he's played there. Opts for safety. Ribery is herring after that one. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Schneider. Now it's Luis Suarez. Ronaldinho was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Ronaldinho. Chile have a free kick. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now it's Ronaldinho. And it's Gattuso. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Chile with the corner, they're first. And that is a little undercooked. And now they can spring out of defence. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Rooney. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Could move up a gear here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, shooting chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's running through. He's being urged to shoot. Maldini deals with that comfortably. Oh, he's found support out wide. That's a promising position. Ronaldinho. That's good play. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Pirlo. And Messi! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that is expertly dealt with. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Looking for options for movement. He is through here. Eto'o takes a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. He's delivered all right. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
He's found a way through. And the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Gattuso was in no mood for any of that. Chile are looking to go forward now. And it's Ronaldinho. Chile disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. This is a promising build-up. Oh no, that was never going to make it. That is a great pick out. Seedorf. Great vision. He's found space here. Ronaldinho.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo
Excellent
reglamentario.
challenge there, uncompromising. He's a sharp little ball here. That's a cute ball. And they win it back again. And that is the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Señoras y
Chile
señores,
trailing by
tenemos un
the
niño
tightest of
perdido.
margins at half-time.
Al padre de un niño con mochila verde
Well, for me, Peter,
se le
things have never
solicita
really got
amablemente
going,
ponerse en
but at
contacto
least
con
this will be a
miembros
good
del
time
personal.
to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Away we go again.
Chile can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Can he get it through? Rooney unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, easy pickings there. Ribéry. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Oh, no joy this time. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Hullet. It carries far too far and out of play. Now it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's lofted through here. Thuram is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Eto! And that's a sharp finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Eto'o, never out of the action for very long.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
And this is Eto'o. Pull it. Chance for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Pullet is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Pirlo. Schneider. And here's Messi. He'll try from distance! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Suarez is flagged offside. Thuram gets it away. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. It's Rooney! He lifts the roof! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Now it's Messi. Seedorf produces the perfect tackle there. Now, what about a counter-attack? And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Seedorf. The ball has bounced loose now. He's got away. That's a good ball. So much. And the finish! And that's a tidy finish. And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Schneider. That's an imaginative pass. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Schneider! Off the post! And he's had it nicked away. He won't be happy with that one.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
You can run onto that. And this is... It's Eto'o! And a neat finish. How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
And that means just one thing. Match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Probing pass. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Khan punts it upfield. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Well, that's a clever-looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Ronaldinho. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, it's come to nothing. And we're done. Chile suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Chile desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're very much on the way now.
Lothar Matthäus is going to have a huge influence here, Peter.
Well, it's hard to argue with that. In any game at any time, he is as influential as they come.
Yeah, and he'll be right in the thick of it in the middle of the park, combining the roles of number 10, central midfielder, defensive midfielder.
Header!
That's destined for the flank. Oh, nicely intercepted. Seedorf threads one in. And it's Dembele. Matthäus does really well to win the ball there. Not the most convincing of passes. Now, can they get him away? Dembele shapes to shoot! And again!
Chile definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Thuram. Very nicely done. Good spot, that. Salah. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, it's Dembele. Gattuso. Mohamed Salah. And that is expertly dealt with.
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal.
Can he spark a counter here?
Floated through.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tevez!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner.
Tevez! And he has kept it out somehow.
Tevez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Looking for options for movement. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ribery.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee.
Great work on the overlap. Cafu made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Now it's Rooney. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, it's a nice idea.
Chance! Oh, he's done it! Has he won it? He just might have won it!
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Nicely shaped cross. He's got away. Played back in. Nesta getting this one clear. Chile do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter.
Tevez, he's through on goal here. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
No, again there's no way through. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now, what about a counter-attack? Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Dembele looking to receive it in space. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Played back to the goalkeeper.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Rooney wants to run onto this. Cafu has it out wide and in space.
And a header! And that's a tidy finish.
And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort. Simply fantastic.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Well, that's well spotted.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. He's not got that quite right.
And Hullet! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they're threatening to fly away here.
And that is indeed the final act. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kickoff. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
De cada sección se presenten inmediatamente en la sala de personal.
And we get things going again.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second half.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Mateus going after that. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Ribery. Now it's Tevez. And it's made its way to him. And this is Hullet. Corner. Corner number 2 then. Chile are looking to go forward now. He's found a way through. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And it's been given away. That's a risky ball, you've got to say.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Rooney is in a really good position out wide. Berry.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Just about up to the hour now. Well timed, excellent interception. Maldini. Great vision. That is a great pick out. And this is Rooney. Pull it. Ambitious ball here. Ferry spots it and intercepts. He's a sharp little ball here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Ronaldinho is wide and looking to get onto this. Pullet, renowned for his long-range shooting. Oh, perfectly measured that. Ribéry. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, now he can run away. Dembele! And again! Now, how often do you see that?
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Just about up to 75 minutes.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Oh, it's Dembele. And this is Ronaldinho. Nice interception, well timed. They get a throw in. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Ribéry. That's a good foray he's making. Knocks it into space. Has a look up and delivers. Chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And that's in! His utter joy! He engages with absolute happiness. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Looking to play him in. Always onto this. He's shifting through the gears here. Seedorf. Well, they could break here. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Thuram. Oh, easy pickings there. Ferry gets across to intercept that. Maldini. Mohamed Salah. Pull it.
This is the time you need that pace.
Cannavaro. For Messi. That's rather hopeful. And that's past the post. And it's Tevez. Now it's Rooney. Ribéry. Cannavaro deals with that comfortably. Driving forward. So that's it. It is all over. Chile have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating, there was to be only one outcome.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very